as of typing this script up for my review, I've basically just finished my first ever playthrough of Thievius Raccoonus. I have never played anything from the Sly franchise before, and during this playthrough I was very excited to always continue from where I left off. The entire playthrough was streamed over on my Twitch channel, by the way, so if you haven't already, please do give me a follow. Doing so will allow you to watch me play the rest of that franchise live, and even plenty of other games out there. However, if you do miss out on any of my streams, you can check out my VODs channel, which also happens to be linked down below. The story of this game focuses on the Thievius Raccoonus, which is a book belonging to the Cooper clan. The Thievius Raccoonus is a book full of all sorts of different techniques and moves created by so many of Sly's ancestors. In this game, Sly is joined by his two friends, Murray the hippo and Bentley the turtle, as they go on the hunt for the missing pages of this book. These pages are in possession of a group of criminals known as the Fiendish Five. Each of their members have one of these pages in the main story, although through levels there are more that can be achieved through unlocking vaults. Through the story, Sly defeats these 5 villains and each of them gets arrested by Inspector Carmelita Fox. We reach the end of the story where we go through Clockwork's lair and defeat him, and thus achieving the final page of the Thievius Raccoonus, although as previously stated, these aren't the only pages in the game. So not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting this game to be so smooth with its gameplay. The movement just felt so nice, and overall, I was just really happy to control Sly in this game. Speaking of controls though, there are a lot of different instances where we shake things up a bit. For example, Murray gets a few racing segments with the Cooper van. By my surprise, the controls of this van were very different to what I'm used to. Normally in a game involving cars and other sorts of vehicles, you would use the triggers or one of the buttons to accelerate. In this game, the left analog stick is used to accelerate in every direction, and you use square to use turbos that you collect during racing. There's also the hover vehicle segments with Sly that follow a very similar control scheme, and I'm pretty sure you even use the right analog stick to shoot at enemies. When defeating each boss, we gain new moves to use in the next area. The moves that are essential to the plot include the Ninja Spire Jump, Raccoon Rail Walk and Rail Slide, and Invisibility. There are also other abilities through the game we can unlock that are optional, like the Fast Forward feature. Since we're on the topic of unlocking moves, we can do this by collecting pages of the Thievius Raccoonus. During levels, you may encounter vaults that contain these pages. In order to unlock these vaults, you need to collect every clue bottle within that level so that Bentley can give you a code to each of these vaults and their pages. Some of them even upgrade pre-existing moves you have already unlocked. So we're moving into the outro of our first ever Sly Cooper review, and with that, it is time to give my thoughts and feelings on this game and whether or not I like it. If it isn't already obvious, I very much enjoyed this game. As previously stated, I love how smooth the gameplay felt. I loved the parkour segments and swinging from the hooks. I have a lot of appreciation for the bosses of this game, especially the voodoo boss fight, which was basically a rhythm game, and this was honestly my favorite boss. The soundtrack was also an absolute bop as well. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fucking fantastic. This game made me reminisce about other games from the same console, like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, and weirdly enough, it made me love the game even more. With the simplicity of this game, I think I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, as there really wasn't that much I had complaints about, and I loved every minute.